Back in the 1960s, Britain stood at the center of automotive innovation. It was a time of confidence and change. New ideas were everywhere, on the roads, in the factories, and inside the minds of engineers who believed the future had already arrived. British cars weren't just elegant. Many of them were quietly revolutionary. They introduced technologies and designs that the rest of the world would only fully embrace years later. But here's the strange part. Being ahead of your time isn't always an advantage. Some of these cars were simply too advanced for the people who drove them, and for the market that tried to understand them. So today, we're counting down 10 British cars from the 1960s that pushed boundaries, sometimes too far. And at number 1, a car so advanced it redefined what a car could be.
10. Humber Scepter, 1963. The Humber Scepter arrived with a quiet sense of innovation. At a glance, it looked like a well-built, comfortable saloon. But beneath that familiar shape, it carried features that were uncommon for its class. It included twin carburetors, offering improved engine performance and smoother delivery. Inside, it had refined touches, wood trim, better seating, and thoughtful design. People liked it because it felt like a step above the ordinary. But the improvements were subtle, almost too subtle. In a market that didn't always reward quiet innovation, the Scepter didn't stand out enough. And over time, it slipped into the background.
9. Triumph 2000, 1963. Triumph. The Triumph 2000 was a bold step forward for British executive cars. Styled by Italian designer Giovanni Michelotti, it brought a modern European look to British roads. But the real story was inside. It featured independent rear suspension, a rare and advanced feature at the time. This gave the car better ride quality and handling, especially on longer journeys. People appreciated its comfort and smooth driving experience. But advanced suspension systems were more complex and costly to maintain. And while admired, it didn't fully reshape the market. Still, it quietly influenced the cars that came after it.
The MG 1300, 1967. MG. The MG 1300 may have looked small, but it carried big ideas. It was part of the BMC ADO 16 family, which introduced front-wheel drive in a time when most cars were still rear-wheel driven. That alone made it different. But it also featured hydrolastic suspension, a system designed to improve ride comfort by linking the front and rear wheels hydraulically. The result was a smoother, more balanced ride. People liked how modern it felt, but for many drivers, it was unfamiliar. New technology often brings hesitation, and while the MG 1300 was innovative, it didn't immediately change public habits.
7. Rover P6, 1963. Rover. The Rover P6 wasn't just advanced, it was engineered with the future in mind. It featured a unique base unit construction, separating the body panels from the structural frame. This made repairs easier and improved safety. It also introduced disc brakes on all 4 wheels, which was not common at the time. Inside, the cabin was designed for both comfort and visibility. People respected the Rover P6 for its engineering. It even won European Car of the Year in 1964. But its complexity made it more expensive to build and maintain. Still, it left a lasting mark on automotive design.
6. Jensen FF, 1966. Jensen. The Jensen FF was something truly different. At a time when most cars relied on rear-wheel drive, the FF introduced full-time all-wheel drive. But that wasn't all. It also featured one of the first anti-lock braking systems, developed with Dunlop. These are technologies we take for granted today. But in the 1960s, they were almost unheard of. The car was powerful, luxurious, and incredibly capable. But it was also expensive and complex. Only a limited number were built. It wasn't widely understood, but it was far ahead of its time.
5. Austin 1800, 1964. Austin. The Austin 1800 was designed with practicality and innovation in mind. It featured front-wheel drive and a spacious interior thanks to its clever layout. But what made it stand out was its ride quality. Like the MG 1300, it used hydroelastic suspension, offering a level of comfort that many larger cars couldn't match. It also had a strong, stable structure. It even won European Car of the Year in 1965. People appreciated its practicality, but its styling was unconventional. And for many buyers, appearance still mattered. Despite its strengths, it struggled to win hearts.
4. Jaguar XJ6, 1968. Jaguar. The Jaguar XJ6 marked a turning point. It combined performance, comfort, and advanced engineering in a way few cars had done before. It featured independent rear suspension, delivering a smooth and controlled ride. The inline-six engine provided strong, refined power. And the design was timeless. People loved the XJ6 because it felt complete, balanced, modern. But even this success came with challenges. Its advanced engineering required precision and care. Still, the XJ6 would go on to influence luxury cars for decades.
3. Lotus Elan, 1962. Lotus. The Lotus Elan was built around a simple idea: reduce weight, improve handling. It featured a lightweight fiberglass body and a steel backbone chassis. This made it incredibly agile. But the real innovation was its suspension. Fully independent, carefully tuned, and designed for precision. The Elan handled like few cars of its time. People who drove it understood its brilliance. But it wasn't built for everyone. It required attention, care, and understanding. And while it became a legend among enthusiasts, it remained a niche car.
2. Citroen DS, built in UK, 1960s presence. While originally French, the Citroen DS had a presence in Britain, and it deserves mention for its influence. It introduced hydro-pneumatic suspension, self-leveling systems, and advanced aerodynamics. It felt like a car from the future. British manufacturers took notice, and many innovations in British cars were inspired by this level of thinking. People admired it, but also found it complex. It showed what was possible, and it raised the standard for everyone else.
Mini Cooper S, 1963. BMC. This is the one. The car that changed everything. At first, the Mini looked simple, small, almost basic. But beneath that simplicity was something revolutionary. It used a transverse engine and front-wheel drive, maximizing interior space in a tiny footprint. It handled corners with confidence and precision. And then came the Cooper S. Tuned for performance, it dominated rally racing, including the Monte Carlo Rally. It proved that a small car could outperform much larger machines. People loved it, not just for how it drove, but for what it represented. Efficiency, innovation, freedom. The Mini wasn't just ahead of its time, it defined its time.
These cars were more than just transportation. They were ideas, experiments, visions of the future, built in a time that wasn't always ready for them. Some succeeded, some struggled, but all of them pushed boundaries. And in doing so, they helped shape the cars we know today. Because sometimes being too advanced doesn't mean you failed. It just means the world needed more time to catch up.